Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you all doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I am also doing great. So today is Wednesday. Rate announcement on the dollar index, and because of that, there will be manipulation. Because of that, price has not actually done much over the course of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is always going to be it's going to be the same for almost any time we have rate announcement. Price will not move. It will actually be engineered to manipulate and move around with no purpose. Now, there is actually a purpose behind it, and the purpose is let's keep price in a tight range so that people will get confused. So when we have events like rate announcement, NFP, and CPI, you will often find price not going anywhere. Now, it might seem as if it's going somewhere, but it's not. So since Monday, we went down, we went up, we came down, and then now we are back. So in a way, price is now stuck in this kind of range. Okay, that is not how the week is supposed to go, because it's actually waiting for the news event. Now, with what price is currently doing, I feel like the rate announcement should or has the potential to send price up. All right, overall on the weekly, like I said, I'm looking for lower prices, right? But it would be better for price to go up first and then come down, not go down straight, because the weekly profile suggests that price should have gone up, and as you can see, Monday price didn't go anywhere. We just stayed there. Tuesday down, and then Wednesday here. We are still inside that fair value gap, still respecting it. So with the announcement coming later on this evening, I want to see them take price to attack this this high here, and then we come back down. So watch this volume imbalance here, and then above the high. All right, that's your key levels. Now, if they send it lower, if they send the dollar index lower, I would anticipate a quick rejection below the previous week low. Okay, if they go for the downside, I would expect a quick rejection to come back up again, because I feel like there are stops above this high, right? Because we have sellers coming in, and there are sellers in the market because on the higher time frame is going down. So what about taking them out and then going down? Okay, the market is always looking for liquidity. So if someone is short, which they are here, then it will be better to go and stop them out and then go down, because their stops will be engineered as sell orders to send price lower. All right, so I'm expecting lower prices, but with a manipulation to the upside first, And like I said, if you go down to this low, I will want to see a quick rejection, and then we come back up. Now if we close below it aggressively like this and the day ends, then we will look for the continuation to the downside. So the news comes out at 7, price can drop, but by the close of the day you don't want to see price be like this, like a down candle below it. If it is, it's not a problem, because all we have to do is just aim for this low. But with a bit of understanding, if we reject and it comes back up, then it will make its way to attack the high to then stop all the traders that are short out, and then we come back down. That will be the best. Okay, that's the if you know, you know. The market is built for manipulation. So when we send it up, it will trigger buyers to come into the market, one, and all those buy orders will be liquidity for those that want to sell. And then if anyone is short, right, they will have to buy to get out, and those buy orders, again, they are liquidity for sellers. All right, so it will be better to send price up to kind of bring in buyers, and then we send it down, because where we are now, for price to drop down, we need buyers to be in the market so that the sellers will be paired with the buyers. Okay, so think about it logically. For market to go down, we need both buyers and sellers, right? Now for the sellers, they are already looking to sell, which is smart money. So they have their money sitting there to sell. However, with the buyers, we don't have them. Okay, when I say we don't have them, it means price is going down, so buyers will not actually come in, right? So for buyers to come in to pair with smart money sell, because the high time frame is going down, so smart money is looking to sell. But for buyers to come in, for them to sell against them, price needs to be engineered. That is why it will be better for price to go up, because when it starts going up, or when the algorithm sends price up, it will then draw in buyers. Okay, so when you see the dollar index going up, all that people will do will be thinking, great, let's buy. But the buy will then be paired with someone that is actually selling, because for a trade to be established, you need both sides of the market. You need the sell side and you need the buy side, and then that will become a trade. So when the algorithm starts sending price higher, the buyers will step in, or buyers will come into the market, and that is when the sell orders can be triggered, and then price will eventually go down. So the best place for that to happen is this high here. But if they send it down, then maybe they've already accumulated the sell orders above this previous high, and then they will send it down, and the close below the previous week low, that is what will in a way confirm that price will continue going down. All right, so that is that. I know it's a long explanation as to why and what I'm expecting, but maybe the logic will help some of you to understand how this market actually move. So with that said, that would be the opposite for euro. So euro, we want them to send price higher to take out the to send price lower. I was thinking, what am I saying? What I'm saying, we want them to send price lower to this fair value gap, and then accumulate the longs and then continue going up. Okay, so basically is the opposite of the dollar index. If the euro goes up, then we want the if the dollar goes up, we want the euro to go down. But long term, we want the dollar to continue going down, and then long term, we want the euro to continue going up. So we want to see them come back down and accumulate longs inside this fair value gap. So watch at 7 p.m. rate announcement on DXY, price coming down. When you see it dropping, watch maybe on a 5 minute chart or on a 15 minutes, preferably the 5. Watch the last imbalance that drops inside the gap and then mark it. If we trade through it, that will be your signal, and then you look for the buy, the reversal to take price higher on the euro. The same thing applies to British pound. British pound, as a matter of fact, we should have come down here, that's what I'm expecting anyway. The daily gap is still being respected. We couldn't close above it yesterday, so that gap is still being respected. I want to see them drop, come and attack these lows, and then go back up. Now, another thing that can happen with the British pound is maybe with the news event or with the rate announcement, they will not move it. Okay, they will not move it. They will either keep it in a small little range and then move it tomorrow, because tomorrow we have rate announcement on the GBP, right, at 12 p.m. Or what they will do is they will send it down, but it will not reject immediately. They will send it down and then maybe consolidate, and then tomorrow, which is Thursday, rate announcement on GBP, that is when they will send it back up. So that's also a possibility, right? These are things that you need to weigh out. Now, the way I look at price, it's not a linear one way, expecting price to always do expecting it to do something. You need to read behind the lines. You need to understand. You need to think like an algorithm, right? You need to think like an investor. You need to think like like smart money, right? It's not about trend lines. It's not about supply and demand. It's about reading how best to hurt people and then at the same time reward them. Okay, that's how the system is designed. How best to hurt people at the same time reward them. Hurt them so hard but reward them so little that their brain will not even consider the hurt that they've actually experienced. Okay, that's what the market does. It rewards you something little, but then it hurts you hard. Okay, so you need to read sometimes behind the lines, go beyond the average lines and supply and demand and resistance, and then read what if you were the designer, if you controlled price right now, and understanding smart money. Okay, when I say understanding smart money, what I mean by is, if you had lots of money right now and you need to take a position, where would you take it? How will you take it? Okay, where will you take the position and how will you take that position? Because if you put your money in there, there's sharks and piranhas in the sea, right? And everybody's looking for someone to attack. So you need to think before you actually engage, because you don't want to be the bait, right? You don't want to be the bait that you'll be used for catching deeper fishes, right? So in order for you not to be the bait, in order for you not to be the scapegoat, you need to understand how the wolves, okay, how they operate, and then you operate like them, because this is a zero-sum game. Those that make it understand it, and then they keep making it. And if you want to make it, you need to understand the nature of the game you're playing. Okay, so right now, is sending price higher better option, or sending it lower a better option? Okay, who is making money right now? Buyers are making money, so the trend is going up. But where we are now, okay, there's been some profit taking place, right? So then there is a potential for a reaccumulation, or they want to buy more. But if they want to buy more, then someone has to be wrong, right? Someone has to be wrong, and the one being wrong is the sending price lower. So when price goes lower, someone is wrong because price is going up. Then they will buy against that, something like this going down, and then they buy against that, something like this going down, and they buy against that. Because when it's dropping, that is when the wolves, okay, they understand what is happening. That's when they will engage. Okay, so hopefully, you know, I've painted a picture in your head. So I want to see them reject all of that, just to say I want to see them come down and then go up into that weekly gap here. Australian dollar, I think last night we had a big move, and then we're pulling back. Same thing, I'm expecting higher prices, so maybe they might come and attack this engineered equal lows here and then go back up. So watch that equal low and then see if at the rate release they send dollar up, this will go down, and then you want it to reject and go back up. So you want them to drop into this fair value gap and then resume going back up again. Same thing applies to the New Zealand dollar. The Australian CAD, you want to see them drop in here to continue going up. So watch that area. And it makes sense for them to come here because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all traded up. So Monday's low is likely going to be a target or a drawn liquidity currently. So I'll expect them to drop somewhere here. And then we go back up again. New Zealand CAD. I think yesterday I gave this to buy, take something off, and then leave the rest to go up here. That is still the case. That is still the case. I'm expecting it to continue going up to attack this high. All right. So, but between this and the Australian dollar, clearly the Australian dollar is a better pair because it's trading above a high. The New Zealand CAD is trading below a low. So in terms of structure, in terms of high probability, buying the New Zealand CAD upon retracement, buying the Australian CAD upon retracement would be the best idea. Okay, it would be the best idea. So yeah, let's look for this to come here, and then we look for a buy. So you can use this low to this high, and then let price drop down on the 1 hour or 15 minutes. Wait for a shift or a break in structure, then you engage. Aussie, I'm sorry, not Aussie, the dollar yen. So dollar yen, I think the narrative was I'm expecting higher prices for the week. Monday, Tuesday traded down. What I wanted to see was a run below previous day's low before going back up, but it hasn't given that. What it has done is we've gone above the New York session high, which in my opinion it could be a sign of reversal, but the fact that they did not take out a previous day's low is a little bit risky going in. Okay, it's a little bit risky going in for the buy, hence I would want to see a close above the previous day's high. That is when I will be confident in engaging long to come and attack the previous week high. So for me to buy, price needs to close above the previous day's high. Then I'll be interested to buy the dollar yen to go and attack the previous week high. If not, I'm gonna stay put until we take our previous day's low with a rejection. So in other words, what I'm saying is, if we had done something like this, then buying here would have been a great opportunity, because that will represent a shift in market structure. Buying this and then going all the way up to previous week high, that would have been the trade. But since it did not do that, that's what makes it not high probability. Okay, so that does not exist. It has created equal low, and equal lows, equal highs are the that's what the market algorithm seeks for. Where there are equal highs and where there are equal lows, that's where the market wants to go. Okay, so that's why I wouldn't want to buy this. Dollar CAD still waiting for a shift to happen. Once we get a shift, then I'll look for the run above previous week high. They've taken out the low again, previous week low again. So watch. Let me move this drawing. Watch this high. If we breach it, then we'll make a run for the previous week high. And on the higher time frame where it's currently trading, it's crucial, right? It's in a discount, so it could represent a potential reversal. Okay, it could represent, a potential reversal, because we are in discount, we are inside a fair value gap. We have taken out a previous month low. Okay, so we could be, for the time being, maybe reversing. So let's see by this evening if we can shift, or maybe it will just drop one more time, because there's still few imbalances on the downside, like this one and that one. Gold. So gold, I think yesterday we spoke about price going higher from this down candle. I wanted to see them trade below it and then scream higher, but that wasn't the case. with what is happening, I'm still bullish, right? I'm expecting them to go and attack the previous week high. So I'm expecting continuation to the upside. Now, we don't actually have an entry. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have an entry because I don't know where I'm gonna place my stop loss. Okay, maybe if we get a close above a down candle, then I'll engage with a buy. But as it stands, I don't have an entry. What I know is we are likely going to go up here, but I don't have an entry yet. Okay, so if current candle can close above this, then that will give a place where I can place my stop loss. Or they can stay where we are and then use the rate announcement and send price higher. Who knows? We will see. If it comes down, watch this area here. In case it comes down, watch that area, because I would want to see them reject and then go back up again. Okay, crude oil. So crude oil went for that high. As yesterday, I didn't want to see that. I wanted them to reject this area and then start going down again, but they went for that. Now, after taking it, I'm still now looking for them to come down again because the high time frame demands lower prices. So similar to what I was saying on Dixie, right? For price to go down, it needs to go up first. It needs to go and hit a place where buyers will be in the market to allow the sellers to take their position. I anticipated that here to continue going down because of the gap, because this high to this low, that was OTE. That's why I was expecting it there. But they went to even a better place where if anyone was short, their stop loss would be above here. So now they've purged them and we are going down. So I'm looking for continuation to the downside. Now watch this one. If we lose it, we'll be dropping here and then here and then ultimately there. Okay, we lose this, we'll be dropping here. So you can actually get a trade to continue going down. And it's perfect because Monday up, Tuesday up, Wednesday up, high of the week, and then you basically look for a rejection to go down. Okay, let's continue. Yes, I think yesterday I was playing with this. I wanted to see them take out the low before going up. They came very close to it here, and then rejected. So when it rejected, I was looking for a buy, but I realized that that has created equal low. So I did place a buy limit right in here. I placed a buy limit right in here to anticipate a buy to go up. And initially it pretended as if it's doing it. But I took the trade off. Okay, I was not in the trade, so I did not get stopped out. Okay, I can show you. I never executed anything. Okay, there's no execution there because I realized that that equal low is going to be taken, and this is engineered, and this is where we at, right? Yet still not taken. So I think they've done this on purpose. Okay? This low and that low is there on purpose. Don't look at this as a buy. Okay, look at the story behind it. Why are they pausing here? Why are they pausing there? Because there's someone that probably is long and their stop loss is here, so they're making them believe that this low is protected. So the more belief comes in that that low is protected, the more it builds up liquidity below this low. So that will be a subject for a run. So I think with the release, ES might drop aggressively to take out this low. Now when it does, watch it. Do we get a quick rejection back above it? If we do, you're gonna aim for the previous week high. Okay, if we get a rejection straight back above the low, it's gonna go for the previous week high. So that's that for the ES and also the currencies. Now let's move on to the crypto market. So with the crypto market, I think yesterday during our session, I said I wanted to see a run for this low. That is still the case, because based on the logic, that's what's supposed to happen. Now, if they go up above this high, that is not a good thing. Okay, that is not a good thing. Why? Because that's actually gonna trigger a bigger drop. You don't want to see that. This is a high resistance. So if they are going for it, then it's gonna trigger a drop, which I would have preferred them going for the low and then rejecting to go back up. Okay, so not that I'm wrong, but the logic behind what it's doing is such that this makes it not a good thing for price action to continue going higher. This makes it worse because they are going to trigger sell orders instead of triggering buy orders. Instead of sending it down to buy to go up, they are sending it up to sell to come back down, which I'm not a fan of it. If you're bullish, what you're seeing, that's not cool. Okay, so I'm not saying he's gonna take it, but as it stands, it looks like that's what he's gonna go for. But anything is possible. By 7 p.m. rate announcement comes, anything can happen. They can send it out, they can send it down. Based on my research and stuff that I'm looking into, the crypto market is not heavily influenced by the algorithm much. It delivers price, all right, but the delivery is not as on the currencies. Okay, it's totally different. That's why price action is different on the cryptocurrency. So it can take their weekly high and then come back down, or they can just send it down to the weekly low and then come back up. Just be open. If you're a long-term buyer, I would say be patient, wait. All right, if you're a long-term buyer, be patient, wait, because what is happening now is we are in a phase of how do I call this phase? Either a distribution or reaccumulation. All right, let me say it that way. It's either in a redistribution, we are in a distribution or reaccumulating. So if we are reaccumulating, then it needs to take lows and then go higher. And as you can see, it's not taking any lows. Now when I say taking lows, I mean swing lows, like this one here, this one and that one, for price to go higher. And since it's not taking lows and it's going to take a swing high, that is not good for buys. Okay, so yeah, that's the narrative, and that will affect all the other currencies. So AI16Z, it did not come for the low, so not good. It needs to and then go back up. Solana, same thing, stuck in that small consolidation range, but the narrative still stands. We are looking for higher prices. We need them to take out the low and then go higher. Ethereum, same thing. We needed to take out this low before going higher, and it's not doing it. But that's what it's supposed to do. We don't want them to go higher first. Hype, same thing. Hype is a little bit different, because Hype, I was expecting higher prices anyway because of the way the weekly closed. It did not reject the previous week. I wanted to see them go a little bit deeper into discount for a buy to continue going up. And yesterday we got a rejection, and you can see prices rejected. Now, is it surprising? No, because that's what's supposed to do. It's still bullish. That's the only bullish pair that, you know, I can confidently say it's gonna continue going up, because we are not, or let me go to the monthly, we are not rejecting the previous month high. Weekly is closing above a down candle, so that's a strong signature of price to continue going up. Not that the weekly close bullish, but the fact that we have a down candle here, right? That down candle will serve as a reaccumulation, or it will serve as a protection. So I wanted to see them trade back down to it, to touch it and then continue, but that did not happen. So we are likely going to close in the gap at 22.298 to the upside. And yeah, today was not a bad day for a buy, because yesterday closed above this high. So today will be a good day for a buy. Watch this level. If we left a small imbalance there, if we lose the down candle here, watch that one. XRP rejecting previous week low. That's what all the other currencies, crypto should have done. Go for previous week low. But as it stands, I think yesterday I gave the narrative it can continue going down here. This equal low. Tatsuo, same thing. This low, and then we want a rejection. And then lastly, Chachki. I think we spoke about this. They've closed below the auto block on the H4. Yeah. So this high to this low, that's a pullback, and it's gonna go down to attack this low. So Chachki 0.0000124. That's the draw. Okay. So that's pretty much it for now. I've given you extensive analysis. The cryptos, we've actually gone through it several times, so you know what's happening. With the currencies, it's all up to what the dollar index is going to do, and I've given you again an in-depth analysis both for the upside and for the downside. So whichever happens, you know what to do. And to recap, we want price to be sent higher to stop people out, and then send it lower. If they send it lower, we want them to close below, so that there will be a confirmation we want to continue going down. if you don't close below and it rejects immediately, switch and let it go and attack the previous week high. So if you go below the low and if we don't stay there, we reject, you're gonna be aiming for the previous week high, and then we expect them to continue going down, because whatever happens, price is still in a bearish mood. Okay, so that is all for now. Thank you much for joining. I'll see you same time tomorrow, and by this time we would have had the dollar index rate announcement behind us. We would have also had the rate announcement on GBP behind us, and from there we can actually look into some trade ideas and then see what the market will offer us. Okay, so have a wonderful day, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Take care.